Okay, so the bit of woodwork I'm doing is my door shuts. I've had new doors fitted, and he did an outstanding job. And he said he would come back and do the door shuts, which I'm quite happy for him to do, but I want to have a crack at it myself. Normally door shuts are just a square edge section of wood, and you cut straight, cut the two sides, top in first, put the two sides up, and away you go. In this case, that's not what I was going to do. I've got a curved section. Now, this is a damaged one, but it's good for a bit of practice. So I'll do that. The shape of this is something along the lines of along there, and then it's going to start down the curve, and then that's it. So you'd be cutting a shape like that. Now this seems like a lot of overkill until you realise that, as a friend pointed out to me, when you do it this way, if there's any shrinkage, you don't see it until you are level with the very top of the doorstop, because any angle means that you can't see the gap, which is obviously a much better way to do it. I've been told the way to do this is to do a 45-degree cut. So I've got my mitre out and I've got my tenon saw. It needs to be a cut that way. So what I've got is a shape now to follow. So I'm now going to do a straight cut along here and round that corner, you see, and we'll see how it goes. So I can't use this end anyway, so it's a good piece to practice with. This is a coping saw. It's a bit like an old school version of a jigsaw, so I guess you could use a jigsaw for this, but I think it would be overkill. Let's see how this goes. You end up with a rubbish cut like this. I'm going to need some practice. This has worked out much better. So this time I started with the curve, I came around here, I then did a second cut and chopped down to get the step, and then I used my tenon saw to cut that way. Alright, I've just cut this piece off, and it's obviously not perfect. And you put it next to here. Actually, yeah, the curve's pretty good. I think I just need to take this edge here back a bit further, and then it should start to marry up a little bit. But for a second attempt, I'm not too unhappy with that. I've gone a bit too far the other way now. I've now got a nice flat surface and a good step, but I have a bit too much curve, or a bit too much in that corner. So it's one of those, I'm going to have to keep whittling it down to to make sure the shape is good. But once I've kind of got the hang of it, I'll be all right. Imagine this is the top of the door, and this would be the far side, and you've got your door frame here and here, and actually, unless you're really paying a lot of attention to the top of people's door frames, you wouldn't notice that. A bit of a caulk around the edges before you apply paint, and that's I'm calling that a win. I'll have to get a couple more practice runs at getting this curve, but yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think possibly this cut here needs to go back a little bit further as well, but again, it's not far off. We've tried, we have learned. Let's see what else I can do. Easy. I've just been and checked a couple of videos. There was one from Robin Clevitt, another one on Skill Builder. People who manage to film stuff while they're doing it. That is respect, because this is a challenge. Trying to find enough space to both film and work. Yeah, it's not easy. So this is all learning. Anyone who now does this for a living or educating others, yeah, huge respect, because this is really challenging. Partly because I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm learning on the job, but let's crack on with this. Nice cut right on the edge of the nasty bit, but that doesn't matter. Let's do the straight cut first in here. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Let's see how. So I've still not got the step in the right place, so I need to go a bit further down with it. Tiny little bit. Right, should look at that. Hold that flush. You see there's a little gap in there, but you won't notice it unless you're looking at it as you guys are now. Yeah, all right. I'm going to call that a learned success. So I'm going to go and measure and cut the top strips so that the top strips are set in with the right gap. Everything should be good. And then I'll gradually do each door a pair at a time and do the cut and then the side mouldings. And I'll start on a full length, get the top right, and then I'll cut it to length. I mean, I'm working with, if you can see here, about a 6 foot door, so these are 8 foot strips, so I've obviously got plenty of practice space on the top. Once I've got the top shape correct, I can then go and cut the bottom half to length, and any off cuts I've got I can use some more practice. Let's get the tops in. So I'm in a situation where I can't find my pencil sharpener. I'm going to improvise and use a tool that was never designed for the job to do the job I need it to do. Yeah, this is a bit sketchy. Hope you can see that. Time to do some sketchy shit. That's come out quite nice, hasn't it? I'll refine it with 2 hands and then we'll see how it goes. Just confirming my suspicions that the standard of cut you get from a bit of wood at Wicks is shoddy at best. So I'm going to cut that up square, make sure it's square, and measure and cut. Okay, here we go. It goes up, goes along, and 692. I'll take that. That's the nail I've had just to shut the door onto, just that there was something to stop it overstressing the hinges. But I reckon I can knock that in there quite nicely. I've now got all 4 heads fitted, and I've got the first one of my cuts done, and here's the piece I'm matching it to, just to make sure it is correct. I'm quite happy with that. So I've got to do the mirror image, because obviously you don't have 2 sides of a door frame doing that. I need one going the other way. So I'll get that ready and then I can fit the first one. Okay, I'm doing this a cack-handed way this time. I've had to employ the use of this clamp here to make sure that nothing goes awry. Okay, check the profile. The profile is good. So I've now got a matching left and right set. I've just got to cut them to length accordingly. Okay, so I've measured. It's 1955. So make a mark. too late now if I'm wrong. You've heard the saying, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. We're all right, because they're about the same. So if they're wrong, they're both wrong. Right, let's go and try them. Okay, here we go. Here is the finished article. I'll see if I can... you can see in there. You can see in there. The cut came out lovely. I've just pinned it in all the way around. There's a 2mm gap on this side and a 1mm gap on this side, and the header is sloping ever so slightly in. And that was after I got a message from the guy who fitted the doors, Rich, and he just said, look, trust me on this, you want a bigger gap on the hinge side than you do on the latch side. 2mm that edge, 1mm this edge, you'll be fine. But, okay, otherwise it will rattle. So this one, there's barely any rattle to it. Where I put the head in on the bathroom one, an awful lot more rattle on that, so I'm going to have to redo the head, knock it over a mil, or I'll take some of the slack out with the side. But yeah, quite chuffed with that. That's one door now done, and just another one there, another one there, and another one there to do. So hopefully you can see here I've got 3 going one way, 3 going the other way. So now on each one I've got to do the profile cut. That means I can just sort of set myself up, do these 3 in the same place, and then I can spin myself around and do these 3. So that I've got kind of a little production line going. I've also got a few offcuts that I can then check my angle too, so fingers crossed this all works out well. Okay, what I hope to be able to do here, without getting too much in the way of what I'm trying to show you, is to show you how I've been doing this curved cut. Well, the whole thing, to be fair. The curve first. So it's a bit difficult. Start with an upward stroke until you can get enough bite in the saw, then gradually and slowly go around. You've got to try and keep the blade vertical and keep as close to the cut of the 45 as you can, and then a bit round the corner, because it doesn't matter if you go that way. Be really careful taking it out so you don't splinter it off. And then we're going to do another cut this way. Get that out of the way, and then we want to just move over a bit and just take this face of the step here. We want to come in and create our own step on this side. Bit fiddly. We'll start at an angle and straighten it up. Right, I think that's okay. So I've done all 3 to this point here. You've got to make sure that your cut goes down. You can't be on the slope. You haven't gone over far enough if you're on the slope. So you've got to be cutting straight down so that all you've left is this flat face. If you go too far this way, too much curve. Okay. And then I'll break it out here. As you can see, we've got, if we can get it in there, our cut goes down and stops right on the edge, and now I'm going to cut in this way. And following the cut you did with the coping saw. About there, a little bit by hand, because, oh, there it goes. Ooh, everything's fallen over. There we go. Right, one down. And another 2 to go. So, that one's alright. That one's alright. That one's alright. Spin it over for the other side of the door frame. Oh, you can't even see that. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. I found it an awful lot harder doing the second set of curve cuts. It's just doing things, I don't know, cack-handed, doing it the wrong way. I'm also still trying to learn how to do this, but I can't see that I'm going to do this again anytime soon. I've got all the downstairs doors done, a bit of filling and a bit of painting and sanding to do, sanding and painting, and then probably not going to do this for a while. But it's been interesting and fun trying to figure out how to do this. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this so far. Have a crack. At the worst, you probably spent £10 on a bit of wood for having a go at one. Maybe a few more goes, but you know, buy an extra long bit of wood and you get several goes at it. So I feel like I've got to say this now because I have people subscribing, so this is a very strange thing. So please like and subscribe the channel. I'm hoping to just have a massive variety of different things because I have to do a massive variety of different things. So woodwork one week, if you can see in the background down there, I've got a Mini. So some of it will be doing stuff like that. I mean, I've got on my bench is the gearbox. There's also a whole mess of stuff to get through here. I've got some 16 valve conversion bits under here. So I mean, yeah, there's I won't say a definite plan of what to do with the channel. There is literally just I'm doing something, so I'm going to film it and then you can watch it. So I hope that works for you. So yeah, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you.